This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to a Zesty Friday special of the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today to talk to you guys about how we had a little bit of a Bitcoin breakdown. She broke down a little bit. She's a little volatile today, just like a regular teenager would be with her emotions. Guys, if you are here, make sure you guys smash these likes, subscribe, share the stream out with friends. Let's get that 125 likes, 100 live viewers to make sure more people are educated about what's going on. Also, big shout out to our lovely sponsors, both Cake Wallet and Market Cipher. Please use code missteencrypto or code ZESTY for 20% off at Market Cipher. Oh, so Brandon, you've been on YouTube. Gotcha, Brandon. Guys, if you are here, say hello to me. Let me know that you're here. I know that this is not the expected time or day to be doing a Zest, but I'm here for you. I needed to chat with y'all. So let's talk. Let's talk. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat who we have so far. I know we have our Sam 2020 over there on TikTok, Brandon and Ron Ski. We have a few beautiful people over there. We have the fake current miner. Nice to see you. We have Colin, Crypto Crag, Troy, nice to see you over from the Telegrams. Who else? Richard Barry, great to see you from the Telegram. My girl, Alexandra G. Oh my gosh, my soundboard. She froze. That's for Alexandra G because she's cool. John Legend, it's great to see you as well. Colin McKenzie, what's up? Ronski is over there on YouTube as well. Great to see you, Ronski. Scott Harrison, hello. Crimson, nice to see you. 40, what's up? GT said, nice show yesterday with Cake Wallet. Thank you. Let me actually grab the link for that. If you didn't see yesterday, I interviewed the founder of Cake Wallet.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Aww. Thank you. I love my roses. Let me grab that stream from yesterday really quick so you guys can watch it later. There we go. I did an episode yesterday with the founder of Cake Wallet, Vik Sharma, absolute icon right there. Super, super smart. Has been in tech basically his whole life. So very interesting backstory and a lot that you guys should hear from him. So make sure you guys check that out. Also, make sure you guys are slamming these Gary emojis in the chat and these spice emojis because it's getting crazy out here, little Gary. Who else? We have Alvio. Nice to see you. Bitcoin up 2% when the live started. Let's go. Let's go. That's beautiful, my friends. Honda Man, it's great to see you. Who else? Did I miss anyone? I hope I didn't. M2, nice to see you as well. All right, guys. If you're here, say hello again. Make sure you guys are smashing the like, sharing the stream out with friends. You know what to do. I'm going to just talk about everything that's happening because I feel like the news was too spicy today to ignore and just sit and not be able to do this live stream. So instead of doing my other Friday streams on other types of forms, I decided to do this. So nice to see you, Oscar, as well, jumping into the chat in Orlando. Cool. All right, let's get it. And a boom. And a bing, and a bomb, but a boom. We have our bubbles. What is going on? We are just experiencing absolute wreckage today, right, Alejandro, Crypto Man? Dude, oh, another buy order got hit at 28.6 yesterday. I mean, a lot of buy orders got hit, but a lot of people got liquidated. Let's look at the charts here. Guys, what the actual sheesh happened yesterday? We're going to break that down right now. $26,283 Bitcoin down 1.3% today. Ah! What is going on today, guys? I don't even know. I literally don't even know. We do have red money flow. That VWAP spike down, starting to come back up pretty confidently, though. And momentum, just what is going on? The RSIs look like they're about to cross again. We have here, we have the chart. What the sheesh. We were in the middle of our 28.4, 30.5K. We were like, sheesh, man, if we could be optimistic, bounce back off this 28.4 and then pop back up to 30.5, that would be absolutely splendid, but that did not happen, and we broke below this 28.4. Then we plunged right through the next support that we could have looked at as support, but was resistance as well, which was 27.2. Broke right through there without hesitation. And we had a wick low yesterday of $25,273 Bitcoin. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe what happened yesterday. Now we are taking a gander here at the new day. We started off around 26.6. We're down here at 26.2. And the next point that if we do end up just going lower and being like, bruh, we would probably be headed to 24.8. And I hope we don't hit 24.8 because that really, 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 really would hurt my heart. However, you got to keep calm. You got to hoggle on. Always have that bullish and a bearish case scenario. I know a lot of people got stopped yesterday. There were some buy orders that were put in. However, a lot of people got liquidated, which we will talk about as well. But you guys could see this volume that came in. It was just ugly, like ugly. Not a lot of volume, but the only spike in volume that we had wasn't bullish. It looks like, it almost looks like a middle finger, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, it just, like, literally, that's exactly what it looks like. It's so mean, but it is what it is, guys. We have to keep calm, hoggle on. We know Bitcoin is inevitable. We know that every time Bitcoin has gone down 75, 80%, 75 to 80+% from its all-time high, it always goes back up and surpasses it. So you guys could see, oh, maybe this is a buying opportunity, or maybe if you're scared, if you're one of those 8K bears, you're like, oh my sheesh, we might have that back in play. But nah, I don't really think so. I think Bitcoin's doing pretty well, even at 26.3, considering it is still up 60% year to date, compared to gold that literally doesn't move, does not move. So I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for Bitcoin. I'm not taking her for granted. Not taking her for granted. Taking a gander here at Ethereum. Ouchie poo. Ouchie poo indeed, guys. Look at this. What is going on here? What is going on here? Red money flow. VWAP. Blah. Looks exactly the same as Bitcoin. Moving on. We're looking at, we're hoping, okay, we reach this 1820. We bounce back up to 1911. Womp, womp, womp. Literally horrible, horrible action going on here. Broke below this 1820. And went right down the toilet. Right down the toilet. We went from 1820 down to this 1704. And I even said it yesterday. I was like, guys, I don't want 1704 to come back. But we did hit that point, fell right through it. And our lowest point yesterday for Ethereum was $1,540 Ethereum. This is anxiety.
Oh my God.
Then we're starting to bounce back up here, but not really. If we fall back below, then I would think that maybe even this 1450 comes back into play for Ethereum. I would be dreading that. However, this market just puts you to the test. I'm hoping that we kind of see something like we saw back here in June, where we hit that level around here at 1655, and we just had this really strong bounce back in that V shape. Hopefully that's the case here. Even though there are rumors of an ETH ETF, but we're going to jump into that. I'm so excited to talk about that. Litecoin, $64.83 Litecoin in the green by 0.12% today. Oh, sheesh, Litecoin. Look at this candle yesterday. Look at this candle yesterday. Let's take a gander at Market Cipher really quick, where the VWAP didn't dip as far, but it's starting to spike back up. Red money flow, momentum. Looking over here, we broke below $84, which was kind of a resistance before. Broke below it. Tried to test it again on August 7th. Took a dramatic tumble. Oh well. It is what it is, guys. Another nap time. Another place where Litecoin maybe is being slept on. I don't know. I am still bullish on Litecoin. Sound money. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, ETH. You know what the vibe is. For Doge, though, we were looking at this level. I don't know if No G is in the chat yet, but this is for him. Under 6.5 cent Doge. This is scary. Like that's why I put this emoji, because I got scared. I was like, oh no. You look at this, we tested 8 cents resistance over here in July, failed it, and we tumbled the past few days, killed that momentum that was going on, broke below that 6.5 cent resistance. We're now staying below that. This is scary times. The last time we have seen This level like this has been in June, and then previous to June, it was October of 2022. Basically July to October of 2022. So not great. Not great, my friends. Not great. Someone's $1,600 ETH buy order hit yesterday. I mean, good for you, man. Good for you. But bug a nice little dip over there. Bug a nice little dip. I mean, listen, even if, okay, let's say Ethereum goes lower. You hit your $1,600 buy order. All right, we actually did go lower. It's $1,540 yesterday. Even if, let's say Ethereum went down to $1,400, I think even picking it up where you did isn't terrible. Like, it really isn't bad at all. And I think in the next 10 years, are you going to care if you bought Ethereum at $1,600, $1,500, $1,700, even $2,000? No. It's not even going to be something you worry about in the future. Those type of numbers aren't even going to matter to you. It is scary, my friends. I don't know what could happen in the markets. I always tell you I don't know what's going to happen next. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. I doubt anyone would have predicted what happened yesterday. However, you always, again, have to keep that bullish and a bearish case scenario. Keep your crypto off of exchanges because Coinbase was down yesterday. People could not buy the dip. It was very sad. I even went on Coinbase. I was like, oh, market's tanking. Let's visit Coinbase. And right there and then, nothing. I could not buy the dip yesterday, even if I wanted to. So it was very messed up. Very messed up. People really weren't able to withdraw. Again, be your own bank. You have crypto on an exchange, take it off. If you want to sell it, go send it back. You always have the option to send it back to the exchange. Just make sure that you take self-custody. So again, that your crypto cannot be taken from you. And you don't have to worry about exchanges going down during volatile times. Because again, that's what happens with some exchanges. One day they're there, and one day they're not. However, I don't think Coinbase is going anywhere. Just beware of exchanges being down and you having to be your own bank, guys. Make sure you guys are spamming these Bitcoin emojis and the rocket emojis to give us hope in the chat because we're going to talk about some crazy figures yesterday. Rumor has it that this Bitcoin dip was caused by Elon Musk and SpaceX. According to the Wall Street Journal, they said that SpaceX wrote down a value of Bitcoin that it owns, and they're saying that he has sold the cryptocurrency because they didn't see any financial disclosures about it. Take a look at what the Wall Street Journal said. The documents also show SpaceX wrote down the value of Bitcoin it owns by a total of $373 million last year, and in 2021 has sold the cryptocurrency. Tesla has taken a similar approach with its Bitcoin holdings. Musk has posted about cryptocurrencies frequently over the past few years. Other than that, there is no evidence to support that SpaceX actually sold their Bitcoin. We have no idea if Elon and SpaceX sold their Bitcoin or not. For that to actually cause a rip in the market like this, I don't see that being such a big catalyst. I think Bitcoin maybe just took a dip because it was ready to take a dip. When you look at Bitcoin sideways trading, basically being the same price since April, you're going to see a big move one way or the other because that's just the way it works. Bitcoin being sideways for so long is like pulling a spring back for a move. Again, could this be a pullback, like a little slingshot, having a little drawback before you let it go and goes, wah, and we bounce back up? Maybe. We have seen that before. We saw that here. We saw this here in May. We were up here 29.7, took a dippity-doo, back down to 25K, bounced all the way back up to 31.3, 31.5. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What we have found out is that there was $1.5 billion in crypto liquidations. Oh my sheesh. After weeks of inactivity, crypto sprang to life on Thursday, sending shockwaves. Total open interest for Bitcoin, a measure of the total futures contracts outstanding, fell just under $1.5 billion across Bybit, Binance, OKX, Deribit, data shows. Rising open interest generally indicates that new money is coming into the market, reflecting increased interest or bullish sentiment. Declining interest suggests the market is becoming less interested in the underlying asset, reflecting bearish sentiment. Generally, traders have stop losses set, and a trigger of news catalyst might drive cascades of liquidations, not necessarily indicating active sell pressure, but more so the aftermath of the liquidation effect. There was a lot. There were long positions that wiped more than $200 million. So a lot of longs got crushed. Negative funding rates along with open interest and liquidation data can often indicate that the majority of the market participants are shorting a given asset. The global crypto market cap now stands at around $1.1 trillion, 6.2% decrease in the last 24 hours. Listen, we have days like this. Bitcoin used to have like 10% days in either way. That's okay. This is a new asset. It should have some volatility. I mean, Bitcoin's being the same price for 2 months as Uncle Jimmy would say, golly, what are we doing here? What are we doing? There's no reason for Bitcoin not to be moving for the past few months. And then when it does, of course, it's going to send shockwaves because people stuck in their convictions. They're like, all right, it's going to go up or it's going to go down. And a lot of shorts, a lot of longs. Sometimes you just get those shockwaves in the crypto market, which is, again, why I tell you to be your own bank, keep your crypto off of the exchanges, because when volatility hits, exchanges typically aren't there for you. Then you have that bullish and a bearish case scenario where you know that if you have a target, then stick to it, or a goal, then stick to it. You also have the idea of dollar cost averaging. Not paying attention to any of the volatility, any of the craziness, and just accumulating periodically, whether that be daily, weekly, monthly, up to you, and not having to pay attention to the charts, just accumulating. A lot of different ways to think about it. Oh, no, gee, no problem, man. I know you just dropped a comment yesterday, so I was just like, I got you, man. Make sure you guys are showing some love to that like button. We have some news about Ethereum. So amidst all of these liquidations, $1.5 billion in liquidations across the crypto market in the past 24 hours, the overall crypto market cap down 6.2%. You have the SEC, maybe it's speculated, the SEC might approve an Ethereum futures ETF before a spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, if this happens, Bitcoin maxis are gonna cry. That's one. And two, it just shows how crazy this administration is. Because when asked in court if Ethereum was a security, Gary Gensler couldn't answer the question. Yet, we had a stablecoin that just came out, PayPal USD, issued by Paxos, who isn't allowed to issue Binance's stablecoin. That's a whole other story. PayPal stablecoin is built on Ethereum. Yet it's a fully regulated stablecoin. It has the okay. Now, if an ETH ETF comes out without even the knowledge if it's a security or a commodity, just shows how crazy things can get. Let's jump into the story. SEC set to greenlight ETH futures ETFs in a win for the crypto industry. They are poised to allow the first exchange-traded funds based on Ether futures, a major win for several firms that long have sought to offer the product. The regulator isn't likely to block the products, which would be based on futures contracts for the second largest cryptocurrency, according to people familiar with the matter. You also have dozens of people, or dozens of companies, including Volatility Shares, Bitwise, Roundhill, and ProShares, that have filed to launch the ETFs. The regulator refused to allow an ETF based on a direct cryptocurrency all the way back in 2021, but now we're starting to see a turnaround. Why are we starting to see a turnaround? Because it's inevitable. Because other countries are launching ETFs. You're looking at China. They're offering Bitcoin and Ether retail trading. They're trying to at least say, hey, we're ahead of the United States. Europe, earlier this week in Amsterdam, there was a spot Bitcoin ETF that was launched, and they said they were happy to be ahead of the US. We're literally being mocked. For the SEC now it's speculated that the SEC might approve an ETH futures ETF, it would blow up the world, because it shows that ETH has a big place in the future of cryptocurrency, but it also shows that this is backwards again. We have no clarity as to whether Ethereum is a security or a commodity, yet PayPal stablecoin is fully regulated on Ethereum. Ethereum ETFs might come before a Bitcoin ETF. This is getting insane. To add on to it, Grayscale tweeted that their ETF team is hiring. Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, Bitcoin and ETH combined ETFs are on their way. Oh, Zero Dune, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
You look great in black. Advantis AI community loves you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Zero Dune and the Advantis AI family. Hope you guys are doing well today. And yeah, listen, the reason why I wore black today was because we're mourning. We're mourning for the paper hands that sold yesterday. We're mourning for the people that said, I'm scared of the volatility. Oh no, the Bitcoins. I'm selling. I'm too stressed. That's who I'm wearing black for. That's who I'm mourning. I'm mourning the paper hands that left us and aren't diamonds anymore because they weren't zesty enough. We're worrying about Bitcoin. We're worrying about ETH. We're worrying about the whole regulatory landscape of the world. But when it comes to the dollar, that's what it's all about. That's why ETFs are getting delayed. That's what all the theater is about, because our centralized entity of our government is struggling to maintain dollar dominance. Dollar dominance is diminishing worldwide. Inflation is taking us to a place that we haven't seen in a long time. People are crying on TikTok, on social media. I don't know if you've seen these videos, guys. People are sitting there in their cars outside of work crying because they're making $15 plus an hour. Even if people are making $30 an hour, they're working their lives away and barely able to afford groceries, barely able to afford where they live. They're struggling. Yesterday, presidential candidate and former President Donald Trump was warning about the US dollar losing its dominance as the world's reserve currency.
In fact, it's waning in terms of our currency. And I'm not just talking about the value of our currency. I'm talking about our currency being used throughout the world.
You want it to remain. You want the dollar to remain the world's reserve currency.
Well, I think it's bigger than losing any war. Mm-hmm. I think if it doesn't, look, we are already reverting to third world status in many ways. You look at our airports, you look at our terminals, you look at our filthy roads and broken roads and everything else. We're like a third world country. We have something that's very powerful, and that's our dollar all over. But you take a look at what's happening to it now with other countries not using it. And you know China wants to replace it with the yuan. And it was unthinkable with us. Unthinkable. Would never have happened. Now people are thinking about it. That could happen. In fact, it's waning in
100% true. Doesn't matter how you feel about Donald Trump. I don't care if you're left, right, horizontal, blue, red, purple. I don't care. What he said is true. That we have broken roads. We have the money printer going burr. Our infrastructure, our physical infrastructure is not strong anymore. It's actually really weak. You look at trains in other countries that we've given money to, these subways, and they're gorgeous, spotless, advanced. But then you go in New York, and you're in the subway station where it's smelly, it's hot. There's rats the size of dogs running around that are not afraid to run at you, by the way. These rats are not scared. They will run at you. They'll go, rear. Dollar dominance is something that's diminishing day by day. De-dollarization is a real movement by BRICS. And slowly, every day, there are more countries joining BRICS. And let's put it this way, for everyone that thinks that dollar is king, it's diminishing. Let's say people start using the yuan, the Chinese yuan, because that's what they want to do. They want to have the digital yuan within China. They want people to transact with the yuan outside of China. If more people, and especially bigger countries, start transacting in the yuan, then obviously smaller countries are going to have to follow suit because they won't have a choice at that point. The dollar is too expensive. A lot of people said, even yesterday we were going over a news report where countries said we don't want to transact in dollars anymore because it's too expensive. The conversions are too much. There's no accessibility. And even having stablecoin issues in the United States and pushing other stablecoins besides PayPal's away is making it worse, since stablecoins can bring hyper-dollarization, meaning that if you have dollar stablecoins, then anyone anywhere in the world that has a wallet that has access to some sort of stablecoin, whether that be on Tezos, Ethereum, Tron, whatever it is, at least you have the accessibility to the dollar to trade in the dollar. Give accessibility. Yet that's being taken away, being controlled. We are worried about the dollar not remaining the world reserve currency. It's only going to push people towards Bitcoin even more, especially in the United States where we're seeing that inflation. We're seeing our purchasing power diminish. We are worried about that. Bitcoin has that finite supply, has that halving schedule to control the inflation. We actually get to own it. It can't be taken away from us. These are essential things that can help us hedge against de-dollarization and any currency that's willing to rise or fall. There was also a video yesterday of Donald Trump talking about Jerome Powell. We know Powell doesn't give a flying sheesh. Oh, sorry guys. Jerome Powell doesn't give a flying sheesh. Let's talk about that. Jerome Powell doesn't care about nothing but himself. He comes on the TV. We're doing this. We're doing that. CBDCs, yeah, they're a thing. Wholesale CBDCs for sure. Retail CBDCs will let you know, which are already in effect. Donald Trump talks about Jerome Powell. We have 340. Oh, whoa. Never mind. I thought we spiked in viewers. I was like, what happened? Yeah, never mind. Let's listen to the video.
A second Trump administration, you have to put up with Jay Powell. What would you do about that? And would you think about reappointing him or speaking with him, or how would you handle that? Because interest rates can be important tools to stop inflation, but they can also destroy growth.
Yeah, I would not reappoint him. I thought he was always late, whether it was good or bad, but he was always late. I was surprised he was reappointed. Probably he got reappointed because they knew I didn't like him much. I felt that he was not good. In fact, I was very tough on him. And if I wasn't, I think we would have had much higher interest rates for much longer. And we had a boom, and it was primarily, in fact, one time, it looked like I was going to come down on him very hard. And he actually dropped them so much that it was like, he dropped them so much at one time. Remember? And people said, wow, what's wrong with the economy?
You gave him most improved player.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm not a fan of Jay Powell.
Donald Trump, not a fan of Jerome Powell. I don't think I am either. I mean, Chapow. I like saying Chapow. Other than that, I got no use for the dude. Because as far as I'm concerned,
fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
Gary, did I ask you? See, Gary gets upset. Gary Gensler knows when I'm talking sheesh, so he just jumps in. But I feel that the people that are in charge of the Jerome Powells, the SEC, this is what they are.
Hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
Well, I got some more news for you guys. We're about to jump through a whole rabbit hole. Let me just say that. We have a rabbit hole we're about to jump in. Guys, we have like over 70 people watching. Let's hit that like. We have so much news. Now, let's pay attention here because it's just going to go crazy. Rabbit hole, put your hats on, get your seat belts buckled. We got things to talk about. There's some news about Ripple, which ties into MasterCard, which then ties into ConsenSys, aka the people that created Metamask, which then ties in to account abstraction, the end of times, Visa, etc., etc. Let's talk about it. Woo. First, we got the SEC had their request to request granted. Now let's clarify what this means. Judge Torres granted the SEC's request to request a file to motion to leave an interlocutory appeal in the Ripple case. They must file their request to leave to file by tomorrow, August 18th. So again, they're requesting to request. There are deadlines, August 18th. So today, the SEC has to file its motion.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Aw. Oh, wow. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. That's the first super chat from you, Ricky. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very sweet. August 18th, the SEC is going to file its motion. By September 1st, Ripple has the reply. By September 8th, the SEC is going to file its reply to the reply. Reply to reply to reply to reply. Just replies. So that's what we got. The judge granted the SEC the right to request. So they're going to file a motion to maybe appeal. Then Ripple's going to answer the file. Then the SEC is going to reply to the reply. And then maybe we'll get an answer somewhere. I don't know. But this is just absolute craziness. I know Crypto Face is laughing at me in the chat. All right, Crypto Face. All right. Lil Mama's here. I'm just kidding. Nice to see you, man. Well, this ties into now MasterCard. Oh, shoot. Are you serious? It didn't work?
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
I will not be cancelled. Try all you want, one up coin.
Thank you so much, Anonymous. Totally anonymous guy. I have no idea who that one is. The SEC saying, all right, Ripple, you might not fly. You might still be a security. We all know this is just theater because so many banks are already teaming up with Ripple. MasterCard in particular had their mission for central bank digital currencies for a long time now. They put out this article, Is Safe the New Sexy? CBDCs, Trust, and the Evolution of Money. I'm not lying, that's what the headline is. MasterCard, Visa, all the payment processors, they're all after the same mission as the banks, which is central bank digital currencies, which is taking away your rights, your self-sovereignty, and everything in between. Because once you have something digitized, like programmable money, that's worse than the money in your bank account now, you have no shot of doing anything because they will have AI that's attached to these CBDCs that will predict what you do before you do it. Trust me, there's already videos out there, and I already showed you a private stream from the Bank for International Settlements, which controls 95% of the world's economy. They said AI will be integrated into CBDCs. It's not a lie, it's already real. MasterCard, they're teaming up with Ripple to work on central bank digital currencies. Again, I believe in freedom of choice. If you feel like you want to invest in XRP, then XRP your heart away. Am I supportive of their mission to take away your rights? Absolutely not. If you're in crypto, if you like Bitcoin and stand for self-sovereignty, why would you want that to win? According to MasterCard, 93% of central banks are engaged in some form of CBDC work, and 4 retail CBDCs are already full live circulation, according to the Bank for International Settlements. A bunch of unelected bureaucrats that decide what we get to do with our lives, by the way. There are many questions that central banks need to consider, says Jesse McWaters, who leads the global regulatory advocacy at MasterCard. It includes the role of the private sector in CBDC issuance, security, privacy, and interoperability. Blah, we're moving on. To bring a greater understanding of the benefits and limitations of CBDCs and how to implement them in a way that's safe, seamless, and useful, MasterCard is convening a group of leading blockchain tech and payment services providers to join its new CBDC partner program. It's designed to foster collaboration with key players in the space to drive innovation and efficiencies, says Raj, head of digital assets at MasterCard. You guys should look into Raj. We watched a video of him. Very interesting how he wants to take over the world. The inaugural set of partners include CBDC platform Ripple. They're known as a CBDC platform, so everyone that's saying CBDCs and Ripple have nothing to do with each other, stop lying.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
0.00200000 BTC.
Thank you for helping me hedge against this tyranny. They have CBDC platform Ripple, blockchain and Web3 software company ConsenSys, multi-CBDC and tokenized asset solution provider Fluency, digital identity technology provider Idemia, and digital identity consult Hyperion, security technology group Gisec Devrient, and digital asset operations platform Fireblocks, who is working with a bunch of other countries as well. Their efforts include Fluency's work to build interoperability among different CBDCs.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Hashtag Advantis AI in the house. Please don't stand up, smirking face.
Consult Hyperion's work with central banks and payment processors to define their CBDC requirements, and Ripple's launch of an inaugural government-issued national stablecoin in collaboration with the Republic of Palau, in addition to work on 4 CBDC pilots. They said they believe in payment choice and that interoperability across different ways of making payments is an essential component of a flourishing economy. No way! No way! No way. They said, a quote from Raj, as we look ahead towards a digitally driven future, it will be essential that the value held as a CBDC is as easy to use as other forms of money. CBDCs are absolutely horrible. They take away all of your rights. Yes, digital currencies are coming, but they should be decentralized. They should be a way that you can have stable coins, sure. But CBDCs, no. They take away all your rights. Now, let's dive a little bit deeper. Who's involved in MasterCard's mission for CBDC? We already know that MasterCard already worked with the New York Federal Reserve to implement their New York Fed pilot program for a digital dollar.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Oh, where are my manners? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss 10.
Well, we have ConsenSys, not only Ripple, who's a blockchain company that literally their mission is to take away your rights. We also have ConsenSys. ConsenSys is the creator of MetaMask. You don't believe me? Well, you got to do some research. ConsenSys.io, products, everything MetaMask. Where? Now, what boggles my mind is that we have ConsenSys, who created MetaMask, one of the top leading, if not the top wallet for Web3, and things based on Ethereum, EVM compatible chains. Why would ConsenSys be involved with CBDCs? It's because they've always had this agenda. And we've talked about it for so long. Like, I'm literally going to lose my noodles because all of it connects. January 13th of 2022, I've been talking about this for so long. This one article from Visa that literally gives it up too. Envisioning a future of central bank digital currencies. They partnered with ConsenSys to bridge CBDC networks with existing payment rails. They said Visa is partnering with ConsenSys, a blockchain technology company, to develop new infrastructure that can help central banks and traditional financial institutions come together and build simple, user-friendly services on top of CBDC networks. They sat down with Catherine Ju, Visa's head of CBDC, and Shelly from the Director of Strategic Sales at ConsenSys to learn more about Visa's CBDC payments. The girl from ConsenSys says we're just scratching the surface of what CBDCs will mean in the long term. The prospects for financial accessibility are exciting. Approximately 2/3 of the world's unbanked individuals own a mobile phone. Because digital currencies can be distributed via mobile devices and physical cards, they can reach people in remote areas with limited access to banks and physical cash. So the people that created MetaMask, that you're trying to enter DeFi with, not only does MetaMask track your IP address, which you could turn off, there's ways to do that, but they're also going behind your back to team up for years now with things like Visa, MasterCard, all in a mission for central bank digital currencies to trap you, enslave you into a world where you don't have any rights anymore. Why would ConsenSys do this to you? Very interesting. We know that even some people that are very high up in Ethereum, maybe the highest, approve of what they want to do with CBDCs. What Visa and MasterCard want to essentially do is account abstraction. That's what this whole thing is about, their partnership, ConsenSys, MetaMask, Visa, MasterCard. All of these partnerships go for account abstraction. That's the whole goal. Account abstraction, if you guys don't know, we've been talking about it for a year, over a year, is account abstraction is when you link your wallet to something like Visa, MasterCard, even PayPal. Give your private keys over to them. This is also what WorldCoin wants to do. You give your private keys over to them for the purpose of convenience, for the purpose of them making automated payments on your behalf, signing transactions for you, which is defeating the purpose of why we're in crypto in the first place. If you are a fan of this technology, if you are a fan of central bank digital currencies, please go back to the traditional financial system and stick with the banks. Stick with diminishing fiat, because that is where this all takes you. It's taking you to a digital dollar that's going to hyperinflate. It's going to expire. You won't be able to afford anything, and your money could be taken away from you at any time. So are you supportive of ConsenSys, aka MetaMask? Are you a fan of Ripple? Are you a fan of their mission to take away your rights with the central bank digital currency? Let me know in the comments, because I'm absolutely done with this. I'm done with the illusions. I'm done with all of this front running where, oh, we're here for you. MetaMask, we're here for you. No, you're not. You don't care about us because you're working with Visa, you're working with MasterCard to literally do the anti-crypto thing of saying, here's your wallet that you could take part in DeFi, but hey, we're also going to do some back-end stuff to track your IP and eventually just give you away. Give away your digital identity. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, which is why I always look for different alternatives with wallets. Never rely on the biggest player like MetaMask. And I was too early in, my Web3 journey where a lot of my stuff, unfortunately, is attached to MetaMask, where I'm scared to even move my private keys off of it to attach it to a different wallet because I don't want my private keys exposed. So that's why we have to have alternatives. We have to have a different Web3 wallet that's not this. Sorry, no, this is a shocker for a lot of people. People might get upset that I'm talking about this, but it's actual facts. There's nothing you can say about it but the obvious. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Sir Lewis, thank you for the TGIFs, making me feel a little bit better because I'm stressed. I'm worried that people don't know about this. You're aimlessly signing up for MetaMask. You're aimlessly signing up for account abstraction without even knowing it, guys. Please do your own research. Please. Ripple, trying to work with all these central banks, what is going on here? Why? If you are supportive of Bitcoin, why would you support these projects? It just doesn't make sense to me. And it's all hidden under the rug, which is the worst part. Guys, smash these likes. We have like 90 people watching. Let's hit these likes. Let's get to that 90, 100 likes. MetaMask, tracking your IP, saying, hey, here you go. See you later. We need something different. We need alternatives. We need to be able to be our own bank, take part in a decentralized financial economy without having to give our stuff away. It's not worth it. Never trade your freedom for convenience, because that's how they're going to come to you and say, hey, it's convenient to use this digital wallet. It's convenient to use all of this mystery things that you don't know about. Please, just because even something like MetaMask approves of it doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean MetaMask is good. Tyler saying XRP is only a blockchain which you could build on. I presume you could do CBDC with Ethereum too. Yes, you could, except that we don't want a CBDC, period.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Aw, thank you. That was actually really cute. It says #1 on it. Aw. Thank you. Are you guys supportive of CBDCs? Are you guys supportive of this mission by ConsenSys? Are you supportive of this mission by Ripple? Why? Explain to me why. Morty, what's going on? Yeah, but I don't agree with that. Easy to love. PayPal partnering with Ledger. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Ledger wants you to give your private keys to them too. And say, hey, Ledger, here's my private keys. So that way you could shard it all up to 3 different people. You don't even know what one of the parties is. And if the government says, hey, we don't like you, let's go subpoena all these companies to get your private keys and all your information. But don't worry, you paid Ledger for that every month and gave them your passport so they could track you, so they could take your private keys, so they could take away your self-sovereignty. Good. Great. What is going on? So backwards. And I understand what happens with adoption. Technology being used for good, technology being used for bad. I understand. I'm not oblivious to the world. However, we have to keep educating. We have to keep letting people know that they don't have to do this. They don't have to give away all their rights. They don't have to give away their private keys. Who's taking your private keys, Max is asking. MasterCard, Visa, WorldCoin, PayPal eventually. This is dangerous. You have to educate people. Hedge against all of this control. Hedge against this mission. I know some people are just rolling in because I see the numbers. I see people rolling in. I see people coming in the chat. Ripple, starting off, partnering with MasterCard. MasterCard also did a lot of testing in the New York Federal Reserve pilot program back in November for a digital dollar. Now MasterCard is saying they're teaming up with Ripple for CBDCs. They're teaming up with ConsenSys, who makes MetaMask the wallet for CBDCs. And if you look into ConsenSys, which created MetaMask, they teamed up with MasterCard in January 2022 for account abstraction, for automated payments, for your transactions to be signed for you. That is the opposite of why we're here. Central bank digital currencies take away your rights, life, liberty, and property. All of that is taken away with the CBDC, with this technology that your money could expire, gets taken away and frozen, and the AI can predict what you're gonna do with that money before you even do it. Because yes, AI, artificial intelligence, is integrated with this technology. It's already coming. The digital dollar is coming, but now they're telling you. They want you to give your private keys over to Visa, to MasterCard, for the reason of account abstraction. Don't do it. We're here to own our private keys. We're here to be our own bank, sign our own transactions, do things ourselves. If you are a fan of that, go back to the traditional financial system, go back to your bank, give them a hug, and say, take all my money and all my rights. Thank you. No problem. But if you're really into crypto, you're really into being your own bank, you're really into you being self-sovereign and not worrying about the bank runs, about inflation, then you're gonna acquire some Bitcoin. You're gonna know that there's a finite supply of 21 million, a halving schedule every 4 years. Permissionless. And you are actually able to own it and no one can take it from you, which is exactly the opposite of what MasterCard, Visa, MetaMask, and Ripple is working for. They're the opposite of why we are here. If you are in favor of Bitcoin freedom and self-sovereignty, then why would you support this? My simple rant. Just my simple rant. Kevin, thank you for the abundance of roses. Just an abundance. A whole abundance. MetaMask, masking your rights. Yeah. Ripple, plant. A plant. World Economic Forum, you look back to Davos last year. What was Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple saying? He was at the conference and he was saying, we expect a W for the case, which turned out to be right. I didn't doubt that. But then you look on the World Economic Forum website and they're continuously talking about Brad Garlinghouse. He's great. This is his background. Then also talking about Ripple and how great it is. Oh, here are their offices throughout the world. They're killing the game with financial infrastructure and cross-border payments. We have things for cross-border payments, Bitcoin, Litecoin, proof of work. That's what we need. Enough of this centralized freaking sheesh. I'm over it. I'm absolutely over it. I'm over the centralized. So that's what I got. That's what I got for you guys. Just a lot of rants. But here's the thing. We're here. We are educated. Let me tell you, we are educated. We understand the consequences that come from a central bank digital currency. We understand what it means to be a self-sovereign individual. We're not here to give up our rights. We saw what it means to give up our rights for convenience. We're not doing this anymore. We're not doing this anymore. We are the people that are able to stand up and hedge against this. We know that we could take self-custody. That once we have a cryptocurrency in our wallet like Bitcoin, no one can take it from us. No one can censor us. Don't give in to the madness. Don't read the FUD about crypto and say I'm out. Make your own decisions. Don't worry about the Larry Finks of the world saying that they are getting into crypto. It doesn't matter. You get into crypto because you want to get into crypto, or don't because you don't.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Best stream ever.
A thank you. A thank you. I am in rare form. I am in rare form because I'm sick and tired of everyone misleading each other. I was on a Twitter Spaces when I first heard about account abstraction. I remember the day I was on this Spaces. And this person was touting it like, oh, I'm working with all these big wigs in crypto, literally named the top people and said, I'm working with them for this amazing technology called account abstraction. And I literally said to the guy on this space, so this means you give away your private keys, you give away your rights, and doing the opposite of basically what you were supposed to do coming into crypto. And the kid literally said, yeah. And I said, so why are you doing this? And I said, why are you telling people that this is good, that this is gonna help Web3, when it actually just sets us back to traditional finance? And he had no answer. And I said, you're misleading people, basically almost scamming people by saying that this is good, this is something that's gonna help your self-sovereignty. Meanwhile, it's the exact opposite. That's known as lying. That is known as lying. You wish you heard this? Yeah, listen, I was in that space. People were not happy with what I said, but I don't care that I said it because it's the truth. And I hope I woke some people up that day because it's not right that people come into spaces, they talk some sheesh when it actually doesn't mean what it means. I don't care about asking questions. That's what we all have to do. If you hear someone talking or you hear anything, even on the TV, because we know that the TV is misleading. If you Google, just Google, do your own research. And some of the time, it's the smallest things. Like, in that space, for example, I was like, okay, who is this guy? So I went and clicked on his profile. I Googled his name. I saw his LinkedIn. I saw his company, who worked for his company. Oh, and did I uncover some stuff? You see my face. I'm on fire right now. I uncovered some stuff that day, and I aired it all in the space. I don't care. You got to ask the questions. You got to speak your mind. Because if I was scared, I wouldn't be saying any of this. But it's the truth. I'm not lying to any of you. I showed you all the pieces of evidence and all the exact statements from these companies saying this is exactly what we are doing. This is our mission, except that nobody talks about it, which is why I talk about it, which is why I care to do the research. I care to do the research because I need to know and you guys need to know what's coming and how to protect yourself. This isn't a game anymore. This isn't just 2014 to 2017, where people are just, and even now where people are creating the sheesh coins and these meme coins and just playing games. This isn't a game. It's not a game. Yes, there are Web3 games, and I love my Web3 games. Don't doubt it, I love my Web3 games. But this is not a game anymore when it comes to governments, when it comes to people supporting projects like ConsenSys, MetaMask, and Ripple, for them only to mislead you and take you down the route to basically slavery. Full out being able to, someone shutting off your bank account so that way you actually are starving and you can't buy food for your family. This isn't a joke. This is real. You think that something like what happened in Nigeria can't happen here? Where in Nigeria they said, hey, we're going to issue a central bank digital currency. Nobody wanted to use it. So they said, you can only withdraw $45 a day from the ATM if you go speak. If you go to a point of sale, if you go to a store, you can only spend $45 in cash. And you have to use that digital currency. People didn't like that. They went to the banks. They were rioting, literally burning the places down because they wanted their cash. What the Nigerian government said next is, oh, hey, you were hiding your paper money under a mattress? Now that's not legal tender. It's worthless. And now you have your digital currencies. Don't fall down that rabbit hole. Hedge against it. We know money is going digital. We know money is going digital. It might as well be something that you own. Don't wait until the CBDCs are out and people are rushing to get Bitcoin, because that's what's going to happen. I'll tell you how I predict the future is going to happen. We have 8 more likes until 100. Let's get it. What I envision happening personally is that they start eliminating cash like they are now. There's already bank branches that are going cashless. However that would work, I don't know. Bank branches are going cashless. What they're going to tell you is that your cash is no longer legal tender. That paper money, gone. You can only spend a certain amount of it. What happens then is that everybody is so concerned. What is happening? Bank runs here, bank runs there, people sleeping outside the bank saying, please give me my cash so I can spend it. Nope. Here's your digital dollar. Download this wallet and you're stuck with it. You then go and say, hey, what can I use that I don't need permission? What can I use that I actually am able to hold my value and not be censored? Bitcoin. So what people are going to do then is say, hey, I need some Bitcoin. Please give me some Bitcoin. So now there's going to be exchanges that are going to get overrun, run out of their supply of Bitcoin. Then people are going to go straight to the miners and buy OTC. What happens then is that Bitcoin is in such hyper demand. We reach hyper Bitcoinization where people are running to Bitcoin because there's no other alternative. Besides other proof of work blockchains like Litecoin, Litecoin is an alternative. They're going to run for Bitcoin. What happens when the exchanges run out of the supply, which we already know is possible, which we've already seen in the past bull run where things get volatile upwards or down, you're not able to buy your Bitcoin because the reason is these exchanges don't have the supply. Once they run out of the supply, Bitcoin shortage. People run, what, where's the Bitcoin, where's the Bitcoin? There's going to be a race for Bitcoin. Watch. Mark my words. I've been saying this on podcasts for years. Bitcoin shortage is coming. People think I'm crazy. There will be a Bitcoin shortage. Then you're going to use your Bitcoin. You're going to use things like Litecoin. Mark my words. Listen, they could say CBDCs compare or compete with Bitcoin, but it doesn't, because CBDCs are not crypto. You look at the economic report of the president. Look it up, guys. The economic report of the president came out in the beginning of this year. They said right there and then, CBDCs are not crypto, because they don't even have the requirement of using distributed ledger technology, and they could just create their own private networks that are just complete tyranny. They're trying to wipe you clean. Shout out to Alexandra G for the love, for giving out those memberships. Shouts to you. Much love. I don't know. I'm having some soundboard glitches today, guys, so I apologize for the lack of sound. Wow. Guys, let's hit that like button, man. Let's hit that like button, because I'm fired up today. Fired. Who's in the chat? Did I say hi to everyone? I don't think I did, but we gotta talk to you. Alex, nice to see you. B-Key, Dubai Money, KO Kev, No G, my guy. Tony, Eddie, nice to see you. PM Squared, Crypto Allah. Oh, sheesh, you looking for some Litecoins. We have Chris in the chat as well. Misko, Paper Planes, Lazarus. Chris, I said hello. I think is Chris Hanley here too? I think there's 2 Chris's in here. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash. My boy Crypto Face. I owe him a chicken wing and a cookie. Litecoin Underground is here. Den, Tyler, Poppy Love, nice to see you. Who else? I think I got everyone. I don't know. I know there's definitely a lot more people I'm missing. DS, nice to see you. I miss my DS. Shout out to Armani. Yar for Armani in the chat. Armani's an OG. Shouts to Armani. Yar. Yar. Yar against the CBDCs. Yar for your dear life. Holy sheesh. I need to take a sip of water. What's going on?
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
We still love you. You're right on everything.
Well, thank you. Fred is in the chat, my guy. Chris F, thank you. KO Kev, chicken wings or cookies. That's for Crypto Face to decide. I don't know. I'm just on fire today. I'm upset about how people are being misled. Which is why I'm here, I hope that y'all shared the stream out with friends so more people know about all this craziness, because we need to make sure that we hedge against and we help people hedge against this, because people will cry. They will struggle. There will be riots when there's no access to money. I don't know what's going on with my stream today. All these glitches.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
They who walk their own path will prosper. Spread the crypto awareness. Congrats on 13K subs. Advantis AI supports UM.
Thank you. I appreciate the super chat, Zero Dune, and the current minor fake mic, whatever. Chris Hanley, he said you're here physically, not mentally. Oh no. Dubai Money said water. No, we doing shots. I cannot do a shot, my sir. I can only do a water, so I'll do a water. We're not drinking. I can't drink one, but we can't be drinking at 10:50 a.m. That's too crazy, bro. Charity NFT project, GBTC court decision today. We might see something. I'm not sure. There was rumors of an ETH ETF dropping today. Miss Teen Twitter Spaces. Is that something you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see a Twitter Spaces, like a Friday space? Say yes or no in the chat, please. Or a 1 for yes and 2 for no. 1 for Twitter Spaces on Fridays, 2 for no Twitter Spaces on Friday. Sky Seam says SpaceX selling Bitcoin end up FUD garbage. Yes, it is basically FUD garbage because there is no confirmation he even sold the Bitcoin. True said it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Not here, fam. Not here, True. I can't even imagine that. When 12-hour Twitter space on Friday? Are you crazy? You crazy? Knowing me, I could probably freaking do that because I'll just rant and rave with you guys all day. Kev, thank you for all the. Oh my gosh, you gave me microphones. You're giving me the roses. Should I be an NPC? Ooh, rose smells so good. Ooh, rose smells so good. Thank you for the microphone. Was that good? Was I a good NPC? I'm seeing a lot of love for the Twitter Spaces. Rusty Bot, I'm fired up. Imagine mixing liquor into the rant. I don't even want to know what that would look like, dude. I don't even want to know what that would look like. Ring at Apes Club and everyone. Ice cream so good, LOL. Ice cream so good. We love the ice cream so good. Guys, let's get to 125 likes if we can. I have a lot to do today. Let's just talk about that. I have a lot to do today. Haven't you had brunch? I'm too young for brunch, man. I'm too young for the brunch, even though in a few months I won't. I have a Call of 21 in February, but it's okay. Make sure if you guys haven't yet, check out this podcast I did yesterday with Vic Sharma, the founder of Cake Wallet. He's actually a really cool dude, very, very, very educated. So if you guys have some time later, make sure to check that out. I lost my noodles today. I lost my noodles. And I did it for the right reasons. In my mind, or in hopefully the minds of all of you, you put a yes or no. I lost my noodles for a good reason. Lost my noodles for a good reason, to protect you, to protect all of us. We don't deserve to be under that type of scrutiny. We deserve to be free. We deserve to have our inalienable rights, which is life, liberty, and property. Don't forget that. Never forget that, please. Please.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Zero said you don't like me.
Oh, Eddie, you're spreading the FUD. You're spreading the FUD. Oh gosh, I'm not beefing with nobody. I'm not beefing with nobody. All peace and love in this chat, and when there's not peace and love, there's an issue. Peace and love in the chat. Eddie, we're good. Everyone, we're good. Don't worry. Love, peace, and happiness. Right, Bullduck? I appreciate you guys so much. It's not even funny. I really do. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you guys really popping out to the show, pumping it up. We really did a great show today. You guys are always awesome in the chat. I look at your comments. I appreciate all of your love, all of your positivity. If you haven't yet, please smash these likes, share the stream out with friends, comment after this is over, and let me know how you feel about Bitcoin, it's the crash, the liquidations, and how you feel about ConsenSys and Ripple. Like, I'm just so beyond with this stuff. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a lovely Friday, a splendid weekend, and forget about all these crazy people and all these crazy things in this world, because we will make it. There's no doubt that we will make it, because we're educated, we're self-sovereign individuals, and we take self-custody of our crypto. Remember that. All of you are beautiful. You see these member emojis in the chat, the 100 emoji with the star, the little SpongeBob, the rocket, this Gary, all of it, that all represents love and positivity and prosperity, because this is what the show is about. Peace, love, prosperity, happiness. I'm rooting for all of that. That is the goal of Bitcoin cryptocurrency, is to promote prosperity of all individuals, not just the people that have control over the money. Whoever has the money has the power, and that is us with Bitcoin, which is why they're scared, which is why CBDCs are coming out. Hedge against it, keep your crypto off of the exchange, be your own bank. Have a lovely Friday, a happy weekend, and as always, stay zesty. Come on, guys. Pamp it up and stay zesty. Woohoo! Peace.